this week on stream, we built kind of a drag bar. Obviously, drag is not like necessarily a thing in The Sims, so it's kind of just for pretend, but it's still a fun little thing, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I didn't know completely what I wanted to do beyond the fact that I knew I wanted it to be two stories, and I wanted the second story to kind of have like in the middle part, I wanted there to be an area like this with no floor, so that the Sims on the top could theoretically like see down to the main stage on the second floor. So it's kind of like a balcony area. We had to play around with the floor plan a little bit because I wasn't sure, number one, where I wanted the stairs, or number two, where I was going to put bathrooms. But everything ended up working out. We got the stair area over there, and I do manage to figure out where to put the bathrooms as well. This was a rare instance where I was focused on the floor plan before I was thinking much about like anything in regards to what I was going to do on the outside. um, so that was, yeah, that was definitely interesting, but I think it was the right move for this particular type of build because I've never actually done this before with a with that kind of like overlook. Um, but here we have like uh drawing a room so that it was easier to make the platform for the stage area. Obviously, that's the other thing. Stages don't really mean anything in The Sims, but I figured that like, for pretend, for storytelling, it was good. And it's not like you can't put your Sims in something that looks like drag and have them perform here. So it's not a wasted lot at all, in my opinion. Uh, anyways, now that we've gotten the basics of the floor plan, we are heading back outside, and I spent so much time trying to figure out what I wanted the outside of this building to look like. On the very front, we ended up doing um, some siding in the trans flag colors. It was not like an even number of tiles, so unfortunately, it didn't go perfectly, but I feel like it still turned out okay. Um, but anyways, so I definitely had fun with this build. I only kind of knew what I wanted to do going into it, but I feel like it turned out pretty well. Right now I'm dealing with the fact that the corner pieces of that one siding never place right. Uh, but it was definitely a fun build though, and I think that I'll probably use this in my own gameplay. At some point, I'll have my Sims do some kind of a drag performance. It'll be good fun. Oh yeah, something else with putting that I'm not sure what you call it, but it's like that wraparound floors separator thing. The thing that goes around the wall on the outside in between the first and second story and stuff. Um I found that actually will also frame any like open floor areas on the second floor as well. So the like overlook where they can see into the stage area. If you look at where the floor cuts off, it has that sort of framing it, which I thought was really nice. Um Windows are always a struggle in like bar and club type lots, because on the one hand there's not really like, I don't know, like you could just window it like a normal build, but I find that it never really looks right when you do that, because most bars are kind of dark, at least that I've seen, especially clubs. Because like with a club, you want the main light not to be the outside light, but you want it to be like whatever your dance lights are, or like, I don't know. um, but yeah, I am very tired as my brain keeps zoning out staring at this build. But is definitely fun. We have a bar on the upper level and on the lower level. Um, and I learned my lesson from the boba shop incident. I did not use any bar height tables for the dining tables. I made sure to use like regular height so that when I went to put dining chairs, everything would fit. The upstairs does have a couple of bar height tables though, because, once I had enough dining chairs, it was all good. Uh, we've got the talking toilets from City Living in the bathrooms because I don't know, something about it felt like the correct vibe. So that is what we went with. Um, I also had a brief moment where I was like, okay, and now to fit a changing table in here. And then I was like, wait, people are not usually bringing their babies to the club. I think it'll be okay if there's not a changing table in here. Um, but, anyways. And then, of course, got to put a dumpster on the lot. I don't know why, but I feel like community lots need a dumpster. Like, it just makes sense. It is just the thing that makes sense to me. um, yeah, so there was a little bit of like discussion with chat of, okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking. This is kind of where it's going. I must have stopped to talk to chat for a while here, so sorry about that. I've been really tired because it's been raining like every other day. It's been raining like every other day, which is deeply annoying, and I am someone with an autoimmune disorder that is 100% triggered by the weather. So when the weather is weathering too hard, it just it wreaks havoc on my body. Oh yeah, we used the piano from Wedding Stories cuz I think it's so pretty. I know that that lid is like not practical, but it doesn't need to be practical because it's pretty and it's The Sims. So we've got a few options for music, right? We've got a DJ booth, we've got a guitar, we've got a microphone, we've got a piano. And then upstairs we put like an actual wall speaker. But here are the like proper dining table situation that we got going on. And there was a little bit of arranging to make it all look uh, as nice as possible. But these are like, these are the up close seats. So you've got the bar, you've got the nice up close seats, and then upstairs you have places to like look down. Um and at this point we are starting to get like the flooring in. Uh Wanted to do like wood on the stage, but then like a marble on the floor. I could not explain to you why I made the choices I made. I was going strictly on vibes, and I'm happy with it. I think they were the right vibes. Taking a sip of my coffee because it is the morning. The other thing was that I wanted to do like a feature wall, but I didn't want to do like I didn't want it to be like too much, but I also didn't want it to be too little. It was one of those like delicate balance sort of things. And then I kind of had it be like there was no real wallpaper or anything over what the outside wall was, so it was kind of like naked wall. I don't know. So you've got the exposed brick downstairs, you've got the exposed siding upstairs. Um, that's not something I do a lot with lots, but I did do it both with the boba and with this one. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a style that I'm vibing with. At this point, I decided that I hated those bar stools, and you know what? I do. I still hate those bar stools. I still think they're ugly. Those are the bar stools from they're either from Luxury Party Stuff or Vintage Glamour. I think they're from Luxury Party Stuff, which was the first ever stuff pack in The Sims. And look, I actually do like some of the stuff from Luxury Party, right? Like I use the clothes more than you would think I would. um and there's some of the build items that I fuck with, like that maybe aren't good, but I like them and that's what matters. um And like that glow bar, that's from vintage or that's from luxury party stuff. I think that it's silly goofy. I like that. Um, but the bar stools just looked real bad. Um, I decided to line the side walls with some pride flags, which ended up. I think that was nice. I think it was like a cute little choice. I was thinking of trying to add some fairy lights to it, but I was like, you know what? The fairy lights don't layer nicely enough, so we're not gonna deal with that right now. But yeah, so both of those walls have got some fun stuff going on, and then I made sure to put like some music looking paintings because we've got those in an abundance. There's that pride painting, which I've definitely used in at least one of the other builds from this month, but that's okay because it's a really good painting and I will use it as many times as necessary. um, and now we are getting into some of the finishing touches. So I have Twisted Mexie's Better Build By uh, mod installed, which means that you can play with the lighting, colors, and brightness. Oh yeah, I hated how it looked with with these lights just like free hanging. So I kind of adjusted them so it looked like they were hanging off of an actual pole. And you know what? I think that was innovative. I think that was a good decision. Anyways, that allows you to play with like the color and brightness of lighting in build mode, so that you don't have to go into live mode to change that. Um, and I think that was the move. Um, and then I also wanted to put some kind of like chandelier or like hanging light that was like kind of long, on the second floor, but also illuminating the first floor, you know? I ended up going with the stuff from Moschino. I actually like a lot of the stuff that came with the Moschino stuff pack. As long as it's in build mode. I don't really like most of the cast, but I feel like that's the common opinion. But for the build mode stuff and for some of the gameplay things like the tripod camera, uh, that is must have stuff. Like I cannot imagine playing The Sims without Moschino at this point in my life, you know? It's just it's a necessity. Um did not expect that when they announced this stuff pack, but then I saw like the build stuff in it and I was like, "Oh my gosh. That's it. That's the thing." Um then kind of DIY'd a sign with some of the stuff from Dine Out and yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of room for landscaping because this is a 20 by 15 lot, so it's it's pretty small. But I did manage to squeeze a fountain into the front, which uh I feel like that's good. That's that's enough. You know what I mean? Um Sometimes just having a little water feature is all you need, really. Um but I'm really happy with how the lot turned out. I think that it is so cute and yeah, I'm proud of it. I think we did good work and I am looking forward to the final two builds that we are going to be doing this month. Um, there is going to be, yeah, two more. So the next speed builds will be next Saturday and then obviously on July 1st. um, oh, yeah, we ended up going with like the purple color of those hanging lights for ultimate nightclub vibes. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm glad that we got to hang out in chat doing it. The build is available on the gallery if you would like to check it out. My gallery ID is in the description box of my videos. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below telling me what kind of builds you'd like to see in the future. And if you have not done so yet, subscribe.